back to my channel. So today's video is a little bit different. It's not a tip or a trick. It's not advice about Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn. As you can tell, the title is Lush Cosmetics Quits Social Media. It's a pretty big story. I didn't think a company would do anything like this. It's definitely not expected, and I guess this video is just about asking why, having a conversation about it, my opinions, my feelings on it, and yeah, just a little bit of an opinion piece, I guess. So I'm going to be reading through a couple of the articles that I've found on it, just to give you some quotes, background on what's been going on, and then throughout that I'll just give advice and opinions and all that sort of stuff. So just going to get straight into it because it's pretty big. Alright, so the first headline is, of course, Lush Cosmetics quitting social media to bring awareness to mental health. Huge. Just reading that headline, it's amazing that they've even made this move. A lot throughout this, it then mentions how they've got 10 million followers on their channel, across their channels, sorry. That's a lot of people, and to think that that they really believe that social media is affecting people in such a way on their platform, and that they don't want to be a part of, I guess, the encouragement of bad behavior on social media, to really be cutting loose those 10 million people is a very big call. So, but also a positive. This headline, I like. Mental health is super important on social media, and it's a topic that a lot of people, it just comes up every week, basically every other day. So, and it is huge on social media. There's so many trolls and bullies and people who think they can just say whatever they like on social media because it's not in real life, which is no excuse. And so, yeah, to see a huge company such as Lush Cosmetics coming out and making this move, again, huge. So anyway, we'll keep going. The quote from Lush that was released basically with this story was, "We wouldn't ask our customers to meet us down a dark and dangerous alleyway, but some social media platforms are beginning to feel like places no one should be encouraged to go." Huge. I guess that's basically saying that social media is a dark alleyway that dangerous things happen in, and in some respects I think it can be, but I guess the only way that they see that is manageable is by removing themselves from it, which I can totally understand as well. I know everyone needs to take a break from social media, that mental health should be a priority, and that if that is what's affecting you, cut it out. But yeah, I think it's a pretty bold statement to make. Anyway, we'll keep going. So they then said, beginning November 26th, Lush will be deactivating Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok accounts. So they are going to be keeping Twitter, Pinterest, and YouTube. So I guess they are probably accounts that would cop less like bullying, quote unquote. I think they're platforms that potentially it's not as in your face, because Instagram I feel is the number one. Everyone just comments on there whatever they want, but those three are less likely to be made bullying type platforms. So that's interesting, I guess, in that regard. It's almost like them acknowledging that they know that they need to be keeping up appearances as such, but that they are choosing to do it on platforms that they can maybe manage a little bit more, and it's not as wild and rampant, but again, still showing up, getting the brand's name out there and all that sort of stuff. So again, interesting that they acknowledge, it's them acknowledging that they do need to be on social media in some regard. Alrighty, so yeah, mental health is basically at the forefront of all of this. They also did say it was almost like them talking to Instagram and Facebook, well, Meta, sorry, when this came out. They said that they hope to see stronger best practice guidelines put in place for international regulations to be enacted. So it's like they're almost like protesting in a way, so that this move is almost the beginning, and that they want to be pushing people to ask for stricter guidelines, and really showing people that you need to take a stand against bullying and what can happen online. So I guess in a way that's great. They're practicing what they're preaching, I guess. They don't want people to show up. They don't want to show up. They don't want other people to show up. Like, let's cut out the bullying. So another great aspect of all of this. He did, the CEO of Lush, he also released a statement as well, like explaining all of this and why he thinks it's necessary for them as a brand, for them to be encouraging mental health as well. So anyway, I'll just read it and it'll make sense. So he says, I've spent all my life avoiding putting harmful ingredients in my products. There is now overwhelming evidence we are being put at risk when using social media. I'm not willing to expose my customers to this harm, so it's time to take it out of the mix. There you go. So it's part of their brand. He's basically saying, like, my product is pure. Why should my social media be less than that? So speaks for itself. Like, again, a huge statement to make as well. Like, I think social media, and as you know, like, I'm preaching the praise of Instagram and what it can do for business, but I guess in this respect, he is saying that, like, it doesn't align with our branding. Like, it's not relevant for them. They don't want to be using it. And I guess I don't know if it's too much to say that it's because they have such a huge client base that everyone knows their name that they can make this move, because I know that I probably wouldn't suggest to a small business that they don't have any social channels when they're getting started, because then no one will know about them. So it's kind of what side of the stick are you on? Can you encourage it for everyone? Because I don't know if you can. Like, I can't not be on Instagram for my business. So it's hard to make that comparison. I'm definitely in two minds for this. I can so see the benefits of it, but then again, relating it to me and my business and how maybe other businesses would take this on is a little bit interesting as well. So, but speaking of that, let me find this other article where basically another business that has done it as well. Damn it, I can't find this article. But basically, from what I can remember, the brand Patagonia, they're like, you've probably just heard of them, taking a break on social media. Basically, in last year, in July 2020, they actually stopped advertising on Meta. I'm saying it now, thank you. Not Facebook. So they stopped doing ads. They stopped doing all paid advertising to like take a stand of their own, I guess. Let me just find it. I just want to get this right. I don't want to be talking, out of my place. It says, Patagonia stopped all paid advertising on Facebook platforms in June 2020 because they spread hate speech and misinformation about climate change and democracy. We continue to stand by that boycott 16 months later. Wow, okay, so maybe this has come out, they released this statement on Twitter, October 29, 2021. So that would be the same time that it's come up again about Lush. Interesting. So it's like they needed to restate that this is their stance on things. You're almost part of my research now. We're doing this together, guys. When did Lush announce and not on social media? I want to get this date right. The 23rd of November. Okay, so incorrect information. That is not true. Patagonia released that. Oh no, I am right. October. November. So Patagonia were first. So they weren't triggered by Lush. That's interesting. They just wanted to confirm this, I guess. Wow, alrighty. So yeah, but basically, they're not the only one doing it. That's the point that I was trying to make. Yeah. I think a lot has happened on social media because a lot's been happening in the world, and I think it stems from not wanting to spread this misinformation, this bad news. And I can applaud them actually for making the move. It's a bold step to make because, again, you're sacrificing business, you're sacrificing sales and income because people won't be seeing them on these platforms anymore. And it's huge news. So I'm almost like wanting to dive into this a little bit more now that I'm actually filming this. I was already interested before, but now it's making me like deep dive into this. This is crazy. Facebook. Okay, so part of this saying that COVID had a part to play, that people already weren't feeling the best, like because of all the lockdowns and everything that happened with COVID. So that relates to mental health, and there's different reasons, and people getting anxiety. Wow. Okay, the other thing he said was that they give approximately 8 million, I'm going to say pounds, a year to charity. That one of their one of their values is caring for people, and they couldn't ignore the links between social media and suicidal thoughts. And they want platforms to have stronger best practice guidelines. Wow. So it really does it's huge on mental health. So I guess there's not really much more I can say. I kind of wanted to start I wanted to film this for myself to get my opinion out there, and I'd want to start the conversation, I guess, on what do you guys think the link is between mental health and social media? Because this is such a bold move. Is it the start? Like, is this just the first company that's going to do it and it's like a domino effect? Does everyone else start coming out and going, we're off it too because we don't want to encourage bullying and whatnot? So interesting. It's a big conversation to have, but I guess let's start it. This is big. So maybe I'll wrap it up there so I stop rambling, because I could probably go on about it for all day and have a huge conversation because wow. But yeah, let me know what you think. Comments are open, talk to me, message me on Instagram. But yeah, let's start the conversation, mental health and social media. Thanks for watching, guys.